Thanks for being with us here on Adelante Chicago. Well, the Chicago Latino Film Festival showcases some of the best films produced by Latinos from Latin America, the Caribbean, Europe, and here in the U.S. This year, they are presenting over 80 films. It's such a fun time of the year. Here to highlight some of those films are Alejandro Riera, Communications Manager for International Latino Film Festival, and writer and producer Erick Juarez. Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
¿Cómo estás?
I'm doing well. ¿Cómo estás tú?
Muy bien, gracias.
Happy to be here again like every year.
Every year you come by, and I feel like every year gets better and better.
It does. It does. And that's thanks to the quality of the films that are hitting the festival circuit, that are hitting theaters all across Latin America, Spain, and the United States.
Okay.
You know, we live and die by the quality of those films. I mean, you cannot have a good film festival without good films.
And today you brought in one of the individuals who has produced a really cool film, which we're going to talk about.
Yes, please.
And I'm so glad that you're a part of it. You're from Chicago.
I'm from Chicago, yeah,
okay.
right here.
All right.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of good attention on your film.
I am. People are excited, and the family's excited. The family of the family's excited. So yeah, we're getting a good buzz.
All right. We're going to talk about it and see a little preview.
The family of the cast, the family of the production.
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody's here.
We've got some films. The film festival is already ongoing. It's going for, is it a couple weeks?
It's going on until April 27th.
Okay.
So we got another 2 days. What, Saturday? So we got another 11 days of movies.
Okay, so about 2 weeks. Okay, so let's walk people through some of them. I Am Frankelda. ¿Qué es eso? What is it?
I wanted this film so badly. So badly. This is the first stop-motion animation feature from Mexico. Feature length, completely. It caught my eye as soon as I heard that the Annecy International Film Festival, which is like the largest animated film festival, had dedicated a segment to Mexico. Yeah. And this film came out last year and premiered over at some of the key genre film festivals in Canada and the United States. It's like a Tim Burton-ish type fantasy about this girl in the 19th century Mexico who write fantasy stories without realizing that her characters are actually real, and they bring her to their world to try to save the world. And it's a sort of origin story about Frankelda, because you know there's actually an HBO Max series called Frankelda. And I wanted this so badly, and we got it. And it took us so much work. I mean, you could ask our programming manager when you meet her how much work it took her to get this film to us.
Well,
it's here. I want people to see it. I want people to bring their children to see it. I want, you know, that's the other thing. People sometimes say, oh, but festivals are so stuffy and so. It's like, no, they're not. They're fun. And here's one film that tells you about how much fun festivals can be.
Okay. Next one, The Dog, My Father and Us.
That's our closing night film from Ecuador. We wanted to close with a comedy. We always like to close the festival with some light fare, and this is the story of about reconciliation. And in this case, two brothers who have been estranged for a long time. One brings some murky business proposal to the lead character, and it's all about, you know, parental relationships, sibling relationships. A dog is in the way, otherwise he wouldn't be on the title. And we chose that for our closing night film because, again, we like to end up on a lighter note. You know, usually our opening...
That's a good idea.
It always is a good idea. We want to finish the festival in a celebratory note, and there's nothing more celebratory than either a musical or a comedy.
Okay, very true, very true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring in Erick. And Erick, you put together, you wrote it, you directed it, you produced it, all the titles, you've got them for this.
I did. I'm one of the producers of the film. The film is titled Cake.
Called Cake,
Yeah, and basically, you know, we all have that one birthday, at least one birthday that we remember because of something magical or something happened, and that is what Cake is to me. It's based on my 7th birthday and everything that my mom went through to try her best to give me the best birthday cake she could.
I love it.
But then how, you know, we Latinos, a community, came together that night for her.
Okay, let's watch a little clip and we can talk a little bit more about it.
Alex finally has a beautiful and delicious cake, and everyone will love it. Oh my God, the cake!
It better taste.
I can relate. I can relate. Oh my gosh, look at this. It looks amazing. It looks really good.
Oh yeah, we went all out.
You went all out.
Yes.
Okay. What has the reception been like?
So we're sold out for our Sunday showing, and we still have tickets available for Tuesday. The Chicago Latino Film Festival has a deal for Tuesday and Monday, which tickets are only $12. But putting the film together was incredible. I had an incredible team. It's co-produced with Massive Epiphany Studios and Deep Focus Entertainment. But one thing I take away from making the film is that the same thing that happened on my birthday happened while we were making the film. A community came together to help us make cake. So it was like repeating itself. I'm like, this is incredible.
So is this the type of film that you can take a child, the whole
Oh
family
yeah,
can
this
go
is
together?
a family
That's
movie.
a family movie. Okay.
Absolutely, good
Okay.
time, good feel movie. You're gonna be there and you're gonna see your tia or some familial. You're gonna see somebody
You'll get
you
the
know there.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, I gotcha. And then next up is Paquito de Rivera.
Paquito de Rivera, from Carne y Frijol to Carnegie Hall. That's a full title of the film. Quite a mouthful. Actually, it's a documentary about clarinetist, saxophone player, classical musician, composer, writer, Paquito de Rivera, who's himself quite a character. Founder of Irakere. This film is pretty much one of 4 films that we have that are about music this year. We have a film about a singer-songwriter, Pablo Milanés. We had a film about Dumbo in the Dominican Republic called La 42. And this one features, you know, a good chunk of people. If you're into Latin jazz, you know some of these personalities besides Paquito. You got Chucho Valdez. If you're into classical, you got Yo-Yo Ma. And besides, you get to see Paquito in his full personality. I mean, he's so colorful, so rambunctious. He's so Cuban. I mean, Paquito is so Cuban in that regards.
Okay, and then finally we've got Comparsa.
Comparsa is an interesting documentary from Guatemala, executive produced by Jairo Bustamante, one of the leading filmmakers from that country. He's going to be present for that screening and for the screening of his new film, Cordillera de Fuego. This is the story of 2 girls who decide to, through art, dance, and community, in fact, address the tragic death of 42 girls who live in an orphanage in Guatemala. They died in a fire, which, in fact, that was the subject matter of Jairo's previous film, Rita. And it's about how they come together through art to deal with the pain, the sorrow, and also using art as a form of resistance against governments that don't really care much about the youth. So this one will be showing up next weekend. I recommend people to check it out, and Jairo as well, and to meet Jairo, because you know, Jairo is one of those Latin American filmmakers who, for whatever reason, end up carrying the weight of their nation's film industry, and it's typical of our countries. You know, we in Panama we have Abner Benaim doing the same for the Panamanian film industry. For a while, in Peru, it was Francisco Lombardi. So there's always this like figurehead who seems to carry the weight of that industry on his shoulders. And Jairo has been doing that for the Guatemalan film industry ever since Canul 15 years ago.
Yeah, you know, every time I see some of these images from the movies, it's like they get more, I don't know if the word is magical, but just the imagery is beautiful. The way they're shot, they're so high end, right? Are you seeing more of that through the years, right?
It's been happening for a long time. I think some of it is the onset of digital technology, not AI.
Has helped.
Digital technology.
Yeah.
Let's make the distinction.
There's a difference.
It's a difference. People seem to confuse the two. I mean, when they talk about digital effects, they say, that was created with AI. No, that's CGI, digital effects. So I think the fact that digital technology, digital cameras had made it much more affordable to shoot films these days. It's opened up like a gamma of ideas, venues, concepts for filmmakers.
I'm sure you dealt with that, Eric,
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, had we done this film a few years ago, it would have cost a ridiculous amount of money, and just putting it together would have been more difficult. But now everything is more accessible to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get the information up on the screen if people want to take advantage of these 80 films. ChicagoLatinoFilmFestival.org. Go there. They'll show you the schedule, give you the trailers, the explanation of all these movies that you can catch. Check them out. They are absolutely amazing. So thank you for coming in.